lobby aggression from Chris J. He'll open things up nicely. A clinical shot towards the squeaky door room. And now, what's the play? What are they going to do with this man disadvantage? It's actually going to be a 5 versus 3. Frozen needs to fall back here. Takes a few bullets, but now needs to hold on to the advantage.
That advantage is so big, so early. 2 bodies dropped with an aggressive 3-man push. And look what that's done to the rest of them. Cirque's the one that perhaps could be the linchpin to somewhat of a comeback in this, and jumping for info gets it. He's making plenty of noise, but they know there's one holding the rafters. Likely comes as no surprise. Stacked up on top side, Cirque continues to try and take that fight. The swing from Frozen is there, and not winning the fight cleanly. Cirque does get another chance. He gets 2. We're back to a 3v3, folks, and 60 seconds on the clock. EG have been gifted a way back in.
Is it enough, though, Alex? 3-on-2 now. Woxi pulls one back with the P2000. Tarek yet to strike in this round. He makes his way out of the hut and needs to recover that bomb. And it looks like there's a great position from Carrigan here, but close range. A Glock should have come out on top, but he does hold strong. Cirque now already found 2 kills in the round. Takes himself down to 8 HP. That's far from ideal. And at this point, it looks like the round might be done. A nice lobby push coming from the CTs here. Cirque would have to find some clinical headshots. I don't think that's going to be delivered at this point. Trying to find $300 if possible. 20 seconds remain, and it's just a matter of time before he goes down here. He knows Chris J's in that position, but at this point, just waiting to go down. 1 bullet will do it, and Woxi finds it. A chance there, absolutely. A 5-on-3, a couple of kills towards a heaven position. A nice point of access there, but no bomb planted. Only going to be $2,000 per player now. And will they force fight in the second? Here was the push from Chris J. No one watching the ramp room whatsoever. And at that point, forcing them to commit towards outside.
Ooh, Frozen shot. Yeah, didn't get to see that the first time. Thank God we do. Real precise stuff from Frozen. And the start, Mousesports wanted. It's going to be the force and response from EG on this T side.
It is indeed. CZs and Deagles and all 5 players towards the lobby for now. So going to be focusing towards the ramp, try and keep it close range. Rob's, though, very capable in this position. He'll drop the smoke to deny the rush at least, but takes his vision away for a second. It costs him the control. A decent grenade will do some damage there, but he's going to be overwhelmed by the CZs, but he's managing it very well. 2 headshots delivered. It will be Cirque to wallbanger to finish things off there. Lurk from Stanislaw is shut down. The only objective that can really have now is planting the bomb. That will be guaranteed here. Cirque, joined by Breezy. They've got the FAMAS, but a 4-on-2 retake here.
Nice little splash of cash for EG. Anything more they can take away from the CTs here as a bonus. Well, Cirque's not going to be able to make too much more of an impact. He did throw the FAMAS off to Breezy, and now standing his ground in the flames. He actually gets away from it as well. A chance for a third! Breezy! Oh, and Carrigan, he only had 14 HP. That's not far off from being ungodly. But a second secured for Mouse. Breezy reminds them and tells them exactly what's coming in this 3rd map of the series. He's looking hot.
We saw this on Inferno. This is almost exactly what happened on their CT side. They had a successful pistol. Second round was looking good. It comes right down to a 1 versus 1. That's going to enable a force buy once again. We saw the Galils on Inferno. I suspect the same thing coming through in round number 3. And yes, they're being purchased now. A great attempt there. Tarek is like, yeah, respect. Like, you had no business getting close to that round. And there will be Galils, 1 AK-47, and a Krieg. It's a very similar scenario. If they win this round, there'll be no money left on the Mousesports side.
Perhaps once bitten, twice shy. Mousesports won't be losing an early man here on Nuke. Woxi, actually, there's a gap in that smoke, and the second he has a look, he does get tagged down to 30. That could really make it difficult to hold the outside. He's not alone, though, and Chris Chase at the moment smoked off. The Estrada smokes, and Chris Chase is going to walk through it. Oh, another Chris Chase smoke push.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of that today, isn't he? Hasn't already worked out at all. And it's going to be the early advantage for EG on this force. It will be the Krieg to find the opening frag. Damage inflicted towards Woxi as well. He'll have to just cower in towards CT spawn and deny access towards heaven. Rob's passive as well. A lot of KG setups in the CT side of Mousesports so far, but that's very impressive from Woxi. Knew he had to get an advantage somewhere, and he does take down Breezy, but Cirque is hot on his heels.
This is such a peculiar fight to be happening so early into the round. It's 45 seconds, and Cirque playing evasive will pop his head up to say hello, and it's a hard shot, but Woxi actually connects. Robs could even finish that. Where's the call? Where's the comms? He would have the line. In fact, I think he did. There it is, finally. Seizing the advantage back. Woxi doing so much after taking early damage. A frag and a dink converted. They do descend to the lower site. Frozen will be receiving them.
Great movement from him, though. He spots the information on two of them, rotates towards the bomb side. They've got no idea. That's the bomb denied as well. 10 seconds remaining. He might have done enough here, but Ethan fighting back. This kill might decide the round here, but there we go. It is going to be Mousesports stabilizing towards the end. It got a little bit out of control there for 1 second. They lost the opening pick, and Woxi had to fight back from CT spawnable positions there. Painted into a corner, still managed to get the dink on Cirque at range. Then it was Robs to close things out there, force him down towards lower, and really nice play from Frozen. Didn't overcommit, didn't take the challenge, made sure he had positional control towards the bomb side there with the clock running incredibly low.
Yeah, Woxi. He was responsible for outside. They tag him up, they take warehouse, but still manages to contribute enough. Frozen finishing it off, and Tarek looking to start things off straight through with a CZ. And Carrigan, no more bullets, doesn't need any. His teammates are keeping him safe and sound for now, but Ethan will take him out. And another one from Ethan. Ethan actually not far off from 3. Good damage inflicted. You really are on your toes constantly versus Evil Geniuses.
This is exactly what happened in Inferno. It was a 5-0 deficit, but all the rounds are so closely contested up until that point. They just had to win a single round at that stage, and then Mousesports crumbled. Carrigan, though, completely blind, somehow manages to get 2 here. Fair play to him. The bomb goes down, but Ethan, you were right. He almost got 3 kills out of this one. 3 bullets left in the CZ. Wasn't quite enough at that point. 4-0 comes through, but the buy is available now for EG. Rifles across the board, all the utility they could ask for, and the money is at absolute 0 for Mousesports, even though they found a 4-0 start here, and towards outside we go. For Woxi has been very impressive so far. Great grenade as well. Ethan down to 6 HP.
That hurts. That hurts so much. Almost impossible to comprehend. How does a nade? It must have been 2.
Must have been.
Well, they're likely going to use that disadvantage to try and manufacture the advantage. They'll use Ethan to scout out Secret. And, well, finished off by Robs. Can't transfer. It's perfect. Their spacing was good, but look at the damage inflicted. My goodness, another frag, but all of them
Great smoke.
Hamstrung, and the smoke arrives just as they descend.
So they know exactly where EG are now. They've spotted a couple of players down towards Secret. They smoked them out. They've got the man advantage. Stanislaw's low. Same story for Cirque as well. Woxi just making sure they're locked in towards our position, but he does avert his gaze for a second. Cirque sneaks out. That's the bomb. Nails it. That's such a great shot. He's such a quick sniper. And now, at this point, that should be another frag. Doesn't quite connect, but doesn't have to commit to that one. They've got a massive lead here.
Knows he's done enough. Carrigan gonna get caught with nade in his hand. Woxi, in the meantime, did deal with outside, so this becomes a very difficult clutch, and Woxi got a 4th, I believe. No, 3 in the round. Christian Robs, one of the early contributions. Wow, Mousesports, they get that 5-0 lead. They have been taking leads across this series. Inferno, both pistols, and that 5-0 start that you were referencing, it's been acquired once again.
Yeah, but this time the bomb doesn't go down for EG. That was the big difference maker on Inferno. They were planting every single round, then 1v1s ensued. At this point, yes, they have maximum loss bonus, but they haven't planted in 2 rounds, meaning they get $3,400 per player. They're all hovering just under $4,000. It has to be a partial buy, really. They can't apply any more pressure. And this is the chance of Mousesports to actually build up that reservoir of cash now. The auto shotgun comes in for Carrigan. It's actually a great little purchase considering the round is coming up next. And that's a nice shot from Woxi. Really enjoying what he's putting down right now. So precise, so fast.
He was presented 2 targets, and that's like an AWPer's nightmare, right? You end up just kind of faffing between the 2 of them.
Splitting the difference.
But he chose a target so damn quick.
So the auto shotgun, you don't see it too often, but on Nuke it does make a few appearances from time to time.
Yeah, shout out to Boomich. I just love it when he picks that one up. And Carrigan's doing exactly what the Na'Vi in-game leader does with it. Close quarters, and Tarek, he's about to present the first. Oh, good opportunity. Carrigan takes a little too long to find the first, and so he will go down. Damage inflicted into the others, and his teammates doing all the hard work. Oh, wow. Frozen doesn't let go of W.
Carrigan helps him out there with a bit of damage, means a USP can get a single headshot kill. 3 versus 2 as Ethan pulls one back. Christian, though, spots Cirque from above, and that should be the round completed. Ethan has to reload the Krieg. It's so awkward.
He had a Krieg with no bullets and a CZ with no bullets. That's a recipe for disaster.
That's the IKEA pistol. You've got to build it yourself, Alex.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially because the Swedes are really good at it.
Exactly.
Oh.
That is a line from back in the day. I have used that about 4 years ago when Fnatic were the best team, but I just thought I'd bring it back.
Oh, you didn't have to spoil it for me, man. I mean, you know what? I think there's a rule. Past a year,
sure.
It's completely free game. And 6-0, this not looking like a free game for EG. Woxi has been a pillar of consistency outside for now, but the smokes are there, and Stan is too. They'll be crossing to Secret and providing that lower presence that does put pressure on the CTs. You can see immediately Frozen will rotate down the vents.
Well, down he goes. It's quick access from the T side here, but the Molotov will give up Stan's position. Doesn't have the element of stealth on his side anymore. Position towards the ramp. Christian, I think, is boosted in that position. You see this about once a half. If they go towards it, it's very difficult to flush out, but you need a bit of backup to actually bait you in somewhat. Are they going to check this one? We'll see. Chris J up above, and he doesn't make a clean kill initially, but there's the second, looking for a third now. Can he find it? He'll drop down, and it still is an equal trade. Did a decent job there. Not as
spectacular.
Pretty as like, yeah.
Yeah. Rops, he makes up for it. Quick catch onto Stan, they knew he was coming eventually. Just like that, Carrigan gives him the advantage back, takes the push, wanted the info. Rops, my God, he has got that robotic aim in the game today. 2 with that, and a third as well. I don't even think he needed to reload.
Damn, son. That was absolutely wild from Robs. It looked like that was the axis pointed around. He was stuck in the vents, he had to swing out, and somehow has the presence of mind to preemptively fire towards that squeaky door position, but he doesn't miss a beat. That's unbelievably good. Here's Robs kicking off the round here. The AK-47 looking absolutely brutal. What did the third kill look like? Waiting toward that squeaky door position, bomb down. Oh, there's no one stopping him right now.
Yeah, he still had 15 bullets left. He was comfortable. And so are Mousesports. Wow, coming into Nuke, a third map after being so close to 2-0ing. And Chris J draws blood early. Breezy, he wanted to catch an advantage. Look at that, just a sea of flame towards the top site. And Chris J wants to twist the knife. He continues his advance and Stan caught unawares, bomb loose. Mousesports, they are taking these fights and they're so comfortable in them at the moment. Ethan, he's not much he can do now. Half health with a CZ75. Mission accomplished. Oh, Woxi, that's a bit of a weird one. He will finish him off. Damn, Rops.
Just the tabs coming through.
This is, I mean, the come-up story of Rops is one of my favorites. And if you haven't seen I think it was the Face It Major, fantastic documentary.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Really good to shed some light on the player and his growth and his grind. He was visiting his mother's office just to grind out FPL for the internet connection. I mean, that's it. And now, with the Estonian flag on his jersey, he finds himself with a solid lead in the third map to secure a semi-final bout versus the Great Danes of Astralis waiting. And Tarek, he makes us wait a little longer for the next round. He does catch the first, but Woxi close quarters, easy peasy. An 8th for Mouse. EG yet to get off the starting mark. This is going to be harrowing. Haven't seen the timeout necessarily. Perhaps it's time to just take a breather.
I think that would be the round to do it right here in number 9. They're going to bring out the AWP for Cirque for the first time as well. They have had some decent approaches here. It's not like they're playing a bad game necessarily. Just when they get this advantage, Ross just goes absolutely berserk on them. Yeah. AK in his hands is just looking like a thing of beauty. As we get into the round, number 9 is not going to be a pause at all here. Cirque with no utility, but he does have the sniper heading towards Squeaky Door. Presumably going to look towards main entrance, and there is a positioned player there. Tarek needs to fend off Chris J, who's been so good at forcing the issue here. Here's the pin pulled on the flash, and he's going to sit in that smoke for now, allow players to go past him, which they have.
He can do a lot here, Tarek. Expecting it, but dealt with. Chris J now maneuvering around that smoke. He's going to... Oh! He's going to be kept safe. Woxi arrives outside. Now he has his eyes towards Silo, which is where the trade would have come from, but Ethan's forced to cower. Yep. He cannot commit.
They've fallen back as well. A perfect approach there. I don't know how Chris J survives that one, but Robs, I'm not surprised at that. He continues his domination towards the ramp room. It's going to be a 5 versus 2. Need to keep the money strong here on the CT side. Sure, they've won 8 rounds in a row, but the rounds have been contested. Need to keep all 5 up if they can possibly help it. It will be Ethan still on the silo for now. Dropping down. And another shot from Robs.
You cannot enter ramp room. It's not ramp room, it's Rob's room. You can't go near it. He's got the door closed. He's got his edgy stickers on it. No parents, keep out.
Gaming in process.
Gaming
World-class gaming. That's unbelievable. Well, there we go. Another round slips by the wayside for EG. And this time they will take a tactical timeout by the sounds of things here. But still, no bomb planted. Maximum loss bonus only getting so far on the T side. They've got about $3,500 per player. At the very top end is Breezy with 4,100. So CZ's, Mac 10s, more of the same, to be honest with you. They need to find something here. Any round will do at this point. So what's the choice? The defaults aren't working out for them. Haven't had a plan in a while, and Chris J just absolutely destroying them here. This is the moment he should have gone down, but his teammate, Woxi, saves the day. Guarantees the round, and Rob's a couple of kills towards ramp. The second was just wonderful. Cirque had no chance. He had the AWP, bear in mind, as well.
Yeah, 12 frags for Rops in just 9 rounds of play. And I think that his presence in ramp and his constant successes there have made EG's T side look a little flimsy. I mean,
yes,
they keep trying, posturing, and into the round we go, and into the push, and into the bloodshed go EG. There's nothing they could do about that.
Yeah, went for the squeaky door rush, but this being sprayed through the smoke continuously here. Chris J and Frozen working in tandem. They haven't even taken any damage yet, Alex. It's a 5-on-1 once again, and it's another clean sweep as they find double digits here on the CT side of Nuke. In our quarterfinal, it looks like EG might have run out of steam here.
Who would win in a battle, an evil genius or 5 mice? Well,
might have our answer soon.
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm not going to lie, Henry, when I saw EG find that mojo towards the closing stages into overtime of Inferno, to see them win it,
good, right?
I was concerned that Mousesports wouldn't be able to keep it up, but they have done more than that. They've exceeded all expectations. This defense has been infallible.
Well, towards outside we go, looking for the wall of smokes here. They'll boost towards T-Red here. Cirque 4 and 10 right now. Difficult to really come online in the T side of the AWP. It's valuable for opening picks. This would be one of them. And there is a player there. Misses the shot, unfortunately. A very difficult one, admittedly.
Another chance, another miss. What is Rops up to? Does tuck himself in towards the box, and that's a lot of presence. You can't push towards heaven, can't try and flush Chris J out. With Rops holding that line and Circle, it's another very difficult shot. The tip of a CT's head.
Smoke deployed by Rops, though, trying to get out of this sticky situation he's found himself in. He's created a wall, and Chris J's created a mess of Tarek. And will be a reply from Cirque. Finally lands a shot, but still with the man advantage is Mousesports. A minute on the clock, and it looks like a bit of a brawl towards outside. All tactics have been thrown out the window here, and the bomb's down towards CT spawn here. How do they possibly recover this and then go and plant as well?
I mean, this round looks lost. Chris J, he's the one to find the frags, but it was him and Rops in tandem that worked so well. Good frag from Breezy, there we go. A stabilization, but with 35 seconds, there has to be some improvisation. Stan will be able to retrieve that bomb with the additional frag of Cirque. But with 25 seconds, what's the call? Breezy pushed up nicely here. He can catch Woxi, but it does seem like he's got his eye pressed to the scope, and timing could favor him. It certainly doesn't favor EG at this point in time. Look at that. 15 seconds, no access to the top site. Breezy is in hut. Woxi has the frag, and the bomb is not going to go down. Oh, he makes it look like a shotgun. 5 seconds, there's nothing Cirque can do.
No.
Another round for Mouse and Woxi. How does he use that AWP so effectively? Any range, any opponent. And it seems that evil geniuses, oh, look at the stats. This whole series, it has been an EG lead in opening, even though Mousesports were managing to take the lead, both Train and Inferno, but 91%, if my eyes don't deceive me. Let's see that from Woxi. This second frag.
You can see the scramble from Stanislaw there. He's got to make a decision. Do I plant the bomb with 7 seconds remaining, or do I just take the bullet? What can I do at this possible moment as they have to take another partial buy into round number 12? A couple of Galils and CZs, 11-0 down here in the third and final map. Mousesports are looking so good right now. Every individual just shining so brightly. Making the way through main entrance over Carrigan, the first kill. Looking for the second, nails it. Can he get the 3K? He absolutely can! It's an absolute massacre in the upper bomb site. EG just can't get anything going here whatsoever. The money's out of control on the CT side. $16,000 for Woxi, and he deserves every single penny.
Where were you when EG was killed? 12-0 Carrigan. They come around the corner. That's a close quarters fight with the CZ75. It doesn't get much better than that. Carrigan was flashed, still adjusts in time, and a multi-kill. Brings home yet another round for Mousesports, a goose egg, 0 for EG. Coming into the closing stages of their attack, and Chris J, oh, he just wants to throw a spanner in the works. He gets the timing right here. Chris J and Smokes, not always successful, but the timing could favor him here. Carrigan responsible for the other side. Woxi alongside Rops for the ramp hold. This looks promising for EG. He's going to get caught with an aid in his hands, and Carrigan does go down. Advantage to EG. One of the few opening kills, but look what follows. 3 in quick succession as they descend into ramp. From behind, they look to strike. Tarek and Stan make it just Stan. He's the last man. Bomb available, but no frags for him. Mousesports 13-0. They are sprinting towards the finish line.
No plan once again. Another full buy falls apart here for EG. They managed to get towards Secret. They're going for a lower split, trying to throw everything but the kitchen sink at Mousesports right now. They got towards Ramprom. It seemed like there was control, but all of a sudden a flurry of frags come through. The bomb gets dropped, and then in recovery mode once again. They're going to buy. They need at least 2 rounds here. They're going to have to go Galil's, AK-47. A 16-0 is on the cards at this point with the money in such a difficult position for the T side.
Odinson loves it. Putting their hands together. It doesn't matter if it's a FaZe jersey or a mouse. Carrigan here on his home soil definitely has besotted the crowd. Impressed them as well here on our third map. Frozen will be tucking in towards the CT vent. The push is coming in, he'll extinguish. And already blood drawn, more than that, a double kill. The multi-kills, they keep on coming, and always in favor of Mouse. EG, they went to the drawing board and they just found push straight into the claws of Mouse.
It's done.
It's
got to be, right? They just had to invest everything they had, and it hasn't yielded even a plan once again. Cirque with 30 HP, another fast approach here, completely removed by Mousesports. They have no problem at all fending off this aggression.
I wonder how many words have been spoken over the last couple of rounds for EG.
Not many, I'd imagine.
Silenced.
Morale in the absolute bin. 14-0 down. You've got 1 round left. They were aiming for a 13-2. Hasn't worked out whatsoever. They're going to have $3,400 again.
So, please, that topside rush has clearly not been working. We've seen Breezy, of course, investigating early. The Molotovs, the spray, the crossfires from Mousesports. That topside just is inaccessible. Rops early, he made sure that they realized that ramp was not an option. A cheeky boost of Chris J. They just realized that that's just not working out for them.
This is the problem. Everyone's just peaking on Mousesports right now. Chris J's owning them outside. Rops isn't missing a bullet at ramp.
Woxi earlier.
Yeah, Woxi earlier as well, the AWP. Got Carrigan, who somehow seems to be getting himself out of impossible scenarios time and time again. It looks like they've outpositioned him, outflanked him, flashed him, everything. And still, they find all the kills required. 14-0. Almost guaranteed a spot in the semi-finals at this point. If they get the full clean sweep there at 15-0, it'll be pretty historic in a quarterfinal.
Yeah, I wonder how many you get of those. Quarterfinal 16-0s.
And a stacked tournament as well. EG didn't want to go out like this. The first map was troublesome, that's for sure, but they came back to life on Inferno. But they've dropped dead on Nuke.
At the hands of Mousesports, all hitting their peak. He's 17-4, and you can see that in his stance right now. He's playing right in front of that smoke, but timing favors him. He is allowed to escape. Tarek didn't pull the trigger. Now descending fast on the hunt. And already burning Tarek down, 1 for 1. They just want to stop that 16-0. For now, this is just for pride. EG, they do descend to the lower site. Frozen will be flashed off, and so the bomb and the players are all in the right place, but it comes down to the frags, and that's been always favoring Mouse. It continues to do so. Another one! Frozen as the door opens, and it seems like Mouse, they're going to close it for EG. Cirque's gone too. 15-0.
Damn.
It doesn't look like it at all. Access to the lower site, that's a dream. The bomb yet to be planted now. Corrected. Not like this. Still no blood drawn. The duel not going to be won, but Cirque does draw blood first. EG. Another frag, another chance, just 3 remain to stop that 16-0, but Woxi wants it. As does Frozen! Surely not like this! They're defusing, no they're not.